taught you to hate the color of your skin? Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Most of us blacks, or Negroes as he called us, really thought we were free without being aware that in our subconscious, all those chains we thought had been struck off were still there. And there were many ways where what really motivated us was our desire to be loved by the white man. Malcolm meant to lance that sense of inferiority. He knew it would be painful. He knew that people could kill you because of it, but he dared to take that risk.
He was saying something over and above that of any other leader of that day, while the other leaders were begging for entry into the house of their oppressor. He was telling you to build your own house.
Yo, 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 yo. It is Thursday night, and this is the final episode of the No PC show for the year anyway. Hopefully the sound is coming across. I know a lot of people are probably just getting in, so we're not going to wait on them though. Tonight's show is called Why We Manage Our Blackness, and this was kind of brought about. I was watching some old episodes of the Donahue show, and it was one of the shows where Farrakhan, it was actually his second visit, and how upset the white audience was getting, like he was saying something bad, but the black people totally got what he was saying, and kept pushing it to the white people, like why when a black man stands up or claims his identity, there's a problem. Why are we always required to manage our blackness? And you hear it all the time, and it's a lot of leaders, like Al Sharpton. It's always on his show promoting, let's be fair to everybody. And that would be great if that actually worked. And the only one that seems to always get screwed on that is black people. I had no time to be concerned with anything else but black people. This is why we've been in the condition that we've been in, as I explain all the time. These people are operating on a whole different level with a whole different set of rules and expect you to play by the rules. Deion Cole does this funny skit. I'm gonna share this skit with you. And it's called Managing Your Blackness. So we want to have a little fun with the show tonight. I don't have any notes. Like I say, it's the last show of the year. We appreciate everybody that has joined us. If you want to send us an email or call us, 872-267-2552. Please wait till after the video, or hit us at the show 1965@yahoo.com. We are going to be doing a second platform show starting next year. I think it's going to be called The Conversation, where we will actually call someone and have a conversation for 15, 20 minutes of the show. So with that being said, check out this clip, Deion Cole's.
Which is black people talk white at work. There's a guy here that works in the IT department who does it all the time. And today, we're going to get to the bottom of it. Let's do it. Do you know Chris Hayes?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know that he talks white at work?
He talks like the rest of us.
What type of things does he like to talk about?
Cats. They're fluffy, you know, they're great.
What type of music does he listen to?
I hear him listen to Dave Matthews Band a lot.
Have you ever seen him eat chicken with a knife and fork?
Yes, definitely. Why wouldn't he?
Has he ever used the words amazing, awesome, garnish, or what's this word, right?
Quinoa.
Quinoa.
He used the word awesome once. I was downloading, I think it was the last season of Gilmore Girls. And he said, that's an awesome show.
Wow. I'm going to show you something, all right? It's going to mess you up in the head. But the Chris Hayes that you know isn't him.
The first floor is always economics, because racism is economics. Racism has nothing in the world to do with who you like or who you don't like. It has nothing to do with it.
Which is, black people talk white at work. There's a guy here that works in the IT department who does it all the time. And today, we're going to get to the bottom of it. Let's do it. Do you know Chris Hayes?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know that he talks white at work?
He talks like the rest of us.
What type of things does he like to talk about?
Cats. They're fluffy, you know, they're great.
What type of music does he listen to?
I hear him listen to Dave Matthews Band a lot.
Have you ever seen him eat chicken with a knife and fork?
Yes, definitely. Why wouldn't he?
Has he ever used the words amazing, awesome, garnish, or what's this word, right?
Quinoa.
Quinoa.
He used the word awesome once. I was downloading, I think it was the last season of Gilmore Girls. And he said, that's an awesome show.
Wow. I'm going to show you something, all right? It's going to mess you up in the head. But the Chris Hayes that you know isn't him. This is your employee, Chris Hayes.
Oh, what's up, my
Hazy. What's up,
you
man?
got it, homie? Shit, man. This motherfucker getting on my nerves and shit, though. Yeah. What the am I doing? Yeah, man. You bitch reply the other night, though?
Uh-huh.
Hit that.
What?
Yeah, but shit.
Yeah.
Just came, man. Talk about come pick me up from Rancho Cucamonga. Bitch, you know the price of gas right now? Shit.
How big is that ass, man?
Woo! Put a week on it, homeboy.
What?
Dumpers, man. Dumpers. I'm doing that. I'm getting too old for this shit, but yeah, Shorty threw it back for real.
What?
Mm-hmm.
That's sweet, though,
Okay,
dog.
good. I'm on.
So that's the way he really talks. He talks white at work. And today, I'm gonna bust him.
Damn, that is terrifying. I've never seen him eat with his hands. Honestly, you think you know a brother. Sneaky black mother. Get him good.
Okay, that was just a little clip from Dion Coles, and it was funny, but it had a whole lot of truth to it, along the lines of, and this is for anybody that gets a job in corporate America can testify to this, there's a set of codes from hair to dress code to behavior on what you have to do to manage your blackness and make everyone comfortable. I remember one time I worked at a firm, and I think I was in my 20s at this time, and I used to wear a Black Panther medallion. I thought nothing of it. Used to wear my shirt out, thought nothing of it. Until one day I was pulled to the side and was told that this, kind of frightened some people. Big black dude, 6'3", walking around the office with a Black Panther on, intimidating the people. Even though I was one of the nicest people in the office. So I switched to a shirt and tie. You're still intimidating people. So you go to a different job. Well, we need shirts tucked in and this and this and this. But you're looking at your coworkers and they're coming in smelling like alcohol, cigarettes, and ass, and nothing is said to them. But you're still required to manage your blackness. And the clip was funny because everyone loved this IT guy because they felt comfortable with him. They felt safe with him. They felt, okay, he's really trying to get along in society. He's not an angry black. But then it took the other black person to point it out. No, he bullshitting y'all. And he had to pull their coats on it. And then they were all like, oh my God. Are all our black friends like this? This is the mentality that goes on. I just happen to be one of those Negroes that was always that Negro in the firm. And I called out racism and said whatever. So many would say, well, you manage your blackness the wrong way. I even had a friend tell me that I was trying to make them uncomfortable. Like it was my job to make white people comfortable with their bullshit. This is the problem that we constantly continue to have, and I think it's one of our biggest problems that we need to overcome so we can make some real progress in this world. On the Donahue show, there was a white lady called in and said she was raised in poverty and she was able to make it out and become successful. And that's probably because nobody was kicking you in the ass. No one was being racist towards you. People were actually helping your poor white ass because they hate to see that. Oh, poor Sally. She's really, she needs an opportunity. See, there's compassion built into society for everyone except us. Yet we continue to be the most passionate people. I don't think Donald Trump deserves $5 billion for a wall because he's full of shit. I worked with plenty of Mexican folks. All of them. Great people. I'm not going to put your problems ahead of black problems. I'm not going to put your immigration problems ahead of black problems. I'm not going to put your gay problems ahead of black problems. I'm not going to put any agenda, any bill that you want to vote on in front of black problems. And I'm not going to listen to anyone that puts anything or incorporates anything into black problems. This is our problem, that we don't have the right mental capacity, as Dr. Umar Johnson says, and Joy DeGruy. We're living in this double-minded space of cognitive dissonance. You can't have two realities going on in one brain set. You can't continue to work against the nature of yourself at the benefit of other people. If we're not sitting down and looking 100 years ahead, 150 years ahead, 200 years ahead, and thinking not what my individual family is going to do, but what are my race of people going to do? And don't give me that human race crap. Yeah, we're all one human race, but we're all not persecuted. As Malcolm said, we're not persecuted because we're Catholics or Christians or this or that. We're persecuted because we're black. And all that people of color crap is just some more stuff that we need to start calling out. Like, we not people of color. We blacks. So we don't want to see any bills with people of color, immigrants. There was some stat I was looking at earlier today, and it said, out of all the immigrant groups that have come to America, blacks are still doing the worst. Hold on, let me see if I can pull up this screen here. There were a few articles. When I looked up blacks have to play down to whites to keep their job. These are all the different listings that came up. Hiring biased blacks and Latinos has improved in 25 years. No, for blacks, it has improved longer than that. Systematic inequality. Our African American families more vulnerable in a large white city. Yeah, because you're not going to get the benefits. And even when you talk to these people about the benefits, they don't hear you. They don't give a damn. Go ahead. I always got that saying that I used to say, it only takes one white man to get 20 black people in trouble in corporate America. But it takes 100 black people to possibly even have an inkling of getting a white person in trouble in corporate America. You're in trouble from the day you step in corporate America. But because we've all been raised, oh no, this is what you do. You get your education and you come work for us and you're a success. You're not like those other Negroes. You're different. You're educated. Not realizing that most of us come from these different surroundings. And then we're talking in the barbershop today about we're not doing our kids a service because we're giving them too much. We're not giving them the real. We're allowing the wound to continue to fester. Yes, everyone should get an education. Get as much education as you can. But we shouldn't be paying for education in this country. No way, no how. And that's what needs to be on the reparation bill. But there is, well, we talked about that last week. Money, power, respect, right? And we gave you the names of those bills to go look at, and you probably wouldn't have looked at it and said, this is not saying anything toward, this is more of a waste of time, 150 years after slavery, and you're talking about a commission to determine if this is in fact feasible, that what we did to you all and what we've been trying to ignore for years can still be affecting you. You're the descendants of slaves. We're descendants of Irishmen and Italians and Greeks and all this, and we came here and we made it. Minus the beat downs. We opened criminal enterprises and turned these criminal enterprises into successful businesses. And now the criminal enterprises that you guys seem to be so great at with selling of marijuana and such, and now we're going to legalize that and we're going to be successful at that. You're the only people that will never benefit from your illegal enterprise. And then what do they give us? They give us the prison system. If you don't manage your blackness, we have a place for you. I was looking at a site the other day because my nephew is in a situation in jail. So I kind of looked up that prison population that he's in. And it's amazing what you can find on the sites. When you go to these prison sites, it'll tell you how many prisoners, the guards, how much yearly it is for each prisoner. So one prisoner goes into prison. It's estimated that that's going to cost between $31,000 and $32,000 to manage that one prisoner per year. In this particular prison, there are 2,800 inmates, capacity 3,600. But even at 2,800 times 31,000, you're looking at about $83 million per year to take care of these inmates that we manage. See, in there, they manage your blackness, and it still comes out to money. Why can't we manage our blackness and turn that into money? Why? It's just amazing. Since I've opened my shop, I get a lot of people coming in, and And for the most part, it's positive. Then some people are like, wow, I've never seen a black computer shop. Or wow, do you think you're gonna make it? And I said, well, if you help me make it, then I'll make it. Don't complain about the prices. One older guy, he was like, well, I take mine to Geek Squad. And I said, why? Well, they get the job done. I said, are you saying that I couldn't get the job done, that you've used my services and they weren't up to par or even better? No, well, I'll probably be back. Okay, well, you got the choice. We had to manage our blackness better. We had to believe more in our black people, our black brothers and sisters. We had to believe in the education. And that's probably going to be a big part of us needing to start to educate ourselves and educate our children in some different ways. I know the government gives out a certain amount of money to black universities and all that, but it's not the same amount that goes into the coffers of Yale and other institutions. We shouldn't be paying for education in this country. As Martin Luther King said, the reason they don't want to give us any reparations because now it's gotten too expensive. See, when they had that, only so many millions of descendants of slaves coming out of slavery, that was the time to do it. And they did a little something, but of course they came and took that back right after they did it, so that doesn't count. So now you're dealing with 44 million black people. It could have been as simple as a black tax enforced on everyone. But white people are like, I'm not paying for that. Why should I pay for that? I didn't do anything. What are we doing? 872-267-2552. If anyone would like to conversate tonight, this is the last show of the year. And the title of this show, Why We Manage Our Blackness. And as part of that We Must Do For Itself series that we've been going on for the last couple of months. And, I know everybody says, wow, all you guys do is talk about blackness. And okay, that's cool. That's what we talk about. We talk about black shit. And on occasion, we may talk about something else. We wouldn't be talking about a lot of black stuff if there was a problem, wasn't a problem with blackness. Sometimes you just need to look at the title of the shows. The problem still exists. The black elephant in the room. What's in it for black people? Why do black people love their oppressors? Just tons of videos and the effort it takes for us to come to you 52 weeks a year to present these shows. It takes a certain amount of research and then editing and putting all this stuff together so we can present something to you that's hopefully enlightening or opens your eyes to something that you may have missed or may not have seen. And hopefully it's something that you can share with other people. This is why we do the show. This is actually it's year 3. So we've done this for 3 years. And starting in January, I'll probably reach out to a few people, or some people can reach out to me at the show 1965@yahoo.com and drop us a show idea. Or if you want to participate in the show, drop us an idea, the show 1965@yahoo.com. Or if you want to call in, you can always call in at 872-267-2552. And like I said, I didn't really have a big platform for tonight. This was the last show of the year. I wasn't sure if I was going to do it or not. What I wanted to show, and do I have time? Maybe, hold on. Vision boards. Maybe we'll have a vision board party. But I wanted to share, this was my vision board at the beginning of 2018. It said the game plan. It had a watch in the middle that represented stop wasting time. And then it said here, 2018 is going to be so much better. And then all this over here was related to me opening my business and starting. There's a lot of days in the week, and some day isn't one of them. You got to start planning your visions, putting your visions out there, and then living the vision that you want to live. And regardless, if you fail or not, you were born in a failed system. The system failed our forefathers, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, and our parents. Most of them lived in a time where they couldn't even vote without being harassed, beat down. So we're that generation that was born. I was actually born in '65 when we got the right to vote, and 100 years after slavery. So we're that first generation that was supposed to be able to live some of the promise, and I guess some people did. You just weren't getting beat down in the street as much. That's all I can say. The racism continued, the beat downs continued, and our attitudes continue to be docile, especially after the murder of so many civil rights leaders at the hands of government, or plotting and assisting and destroying the Panthers and anyone else, as we saw from the COINTEL profiles, where they said to beat down any black messiah, anyone that could motivate black people. And we've been managing our blackness ever since. And I hope in 2019 that we don't have to manage our blackness anymore. That we can be black and we can stand up and say black without white folks being offended. And that's always the most hilarious part to me. You're offended by what you do to me. I've been very blessed this year. I was blessed to walk away from a job on my terms and not looking back at these people, but getting away from these people was the best thing that I ever did. And I'm looking forward to a prosperous year and working with black people. And I didn't get the pictures yet. We did a giveaway. We gave away 4 computers at a smaller church down from my store, you know, being a blessing to 4 of the families. And people said, well, make sure you get your tax write-off. And I said, black people, stop worrying about shit and worry about your people. Do because it needs to be done. Once we get to that point, we'll be better off. We'll be better people. Everything's not about a write-off or this or this or this. It's about encouraging your brothers and sisters, your younger brothers and sisters, protecting your older brothers and sisters, protecting your community against those internal forces and those external forces that would continue to destroy us. So we're going to sign off. And first, we're going to wish everybody a happy new year. The first show, looking, would be on the 4th, or the whatever. I'll look up that calendar. But we're going to post some things concerning the new show that we're going to do, called The Conversation, where we'll just have a call and we'll just discuss a multitude of topics. And some of it will be black, and some of it will be general, and some of it may be relationship directed. But we want to keep it a little fresh, make it a little entertaining, and hopefully we'll all find a way to come together with our people. And on that note, I love you all. Assalamu alaikum. Love, peace, So we out of here for the final time this year. Peace.
Step out of the car.
No, you don't have the right.
Step out of the car.
You do not have the right to do that.
I do have the right. Now step out or I will remove
I
you.
refuse to talk to you other than to identify myself.
Now if your woman ain't no revolutionary, she'll persuade you to be a fucking slave for the rest of your days. She'll be grooming you on how to behave, teaching you how to coon and buck dance so that you can be safe. If that brother ain't no rider, soldier, no provider, molder of young minds, check it out, you got yourself a bitch. Think about the time that you invested in him. If he's wearing them skinny jeans, you a lesbian. For every 100 black women who ain't locked up, it's only 83 black men remain. Take away 1.5 million black men who might have benefited their women and their children. You don't know a war when it's waged against you, when it makes you drive your baby mama to the clinic just to kill your own. Ain't no legacy to leave behind, cause ain't nobody sitting on your throne. You motherfuckers are asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't stop, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, you asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't fight, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, nigga. Sandra Bland was a rider. She wouldn't have committed suicide, and you a motherfucking liar. It would not be wise to stop when you hear sirens and you see the police behind you, but you don't wanna die. They gon' shoot you if you run. They gon' say that you was going for the police gun. That's why they shot you like 120 times, but you was still coming, so they put another bullet in your lung. Them devils got you praying while they murder, because they know you on that bullshit. They steady with them full clips and body armor. They kill your women in the street, cause they figure you too weak to do anything about it. You some shit, getting fucked in your sleep. They poison you every time you brush your teeth. You don't care, you behave like a slave. A bitch from the cradle to the grave, on your knees with your hands out, begging cause you won't. You motherfuckers are asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't stop, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, you asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't fight, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, nigga. Freedom or death, nigga. Fuck that. Freedom or death, nigga.
If you would just listen.
Freedom or death, nigga. Freedom or death, nigga. Freedom or death, nigga.
You were getting a warning. Until now, you're going to jail.
I'm getting it for what?